lives today as the conqueror of death. That which he did during his earthly ministry. You see, just before Jesus was going to do anything of significance, he always went through someplace. And I just believe today through the Holy Spirit, he's going to come through sunshine.
Amen.
You know, he was making his way to Jerusalem. But he had to go through Jericho.
Yeah.
And sometimes we can have some Jericho experiences in our lives. When the nights become dark, when you feel to be all alone, when you have got some bad information. I heard another testimony of this week from a survivor. She said she got the call and she said, you need to come to my office. You need to bring a friend, family member with you. And she said, I wonder what the doctor is going to say. She said, I know it can't be good because he told me to bring somebody with me. And she said when she got the big C word, as though her world just collapsed. But I submit to you today, whatever comes your way, you don't have to collapse if you have Jesus. Because Jesus can change things. And he will change things. He will provide. He will make a way. And he is still a healer. Now, every now and then I run across a few unsane folk. And they'll say, I'm not going to do this because Jesus is going to heal me. Now, they told me I need some blood. I said, start it. Just make sure it ain't tainted. They gave me the first unit. And they said I was still bleeding. They said, we need to give you some more. I ended up with 3 units. See, God and Jesus, I see Yolanda shaking her head because she's been through something. And when you have given up, I made a hospital visit on Friday and I left. I said, oh my gosh, he looks weak. I said, he lost all his flesh except his stomach. And then I caught myself. I said, but God is still able. He still can turn things around. You see, he continues to seek to do through his church what he did on his own when he was in earthly ministry. Sister Connie, the person I was talking about, she said, what really got me through my journey was my friends and my faith. Now, I would put faith first and then friends. But she said, my friends and my faith. I just knew from the beginning that it was going to be all right. Jesus sought to change the hearts and minds of individuals by giving them new insight concerning the nature and the character of God. You see, sometimes we wonder, every now and then I've known some folk that was not healed. And we have a tendency to look at God and say, now why did he heal this one or that one? But his nature is a little bit different from ours. He is seeking to show us something, and I've always said this. And that's why I was telling the nurse that next morning, I said, had he delivered me through death, I still would have died. I said, glory be to God.
Amen.
Sometimes healings come, and sometimes healing doesn't. But God is sovereign, and he knows what he is doing. And I am the last one to say, God, you don't know what you're doing. God, I'm going to help you out. But he was just seeking to show people, no matter how bad you are in this instance, that I can still deal with you. No matter what you have done, I can still deal with you. Zacchaeus was rich, but yet he was a publican and he was despised. But God did not give up on him. And the message to us today, we should not give up on ourselves or to each other. And what really gets me sometimes it's not us, but sometimes it is ourselves. We see ourselves in a hopeless situation. We see ourselves as though no one loves us. We see ourselves of not amounting to anything, and when someone comes along and want to hug you or love you, then you say, I wonder what he wants. I wonder why he come here near me. He can't be real. Something gotta be wrong. They just coming to see me, see how bad off I am. Not that they're not. They're coming to see you because they are concerned. But sometimes the position that we're in, we can't get that loving of our friends because we think they're being nosy. Or we think they're up to no good. So we have to check ourselves and make sure we put ourselves in position that God can look after us. Our co-friends, our friends, our co-workers will be there beside us. Jesus came to Jericho when Calvary was only 1 week away. You see, sometimes we won't do nothing if we got something on our minds that appear to be more important. So he did not stop ministering until the day he was hung on the cross.
Amen.
We get a little fever. We get a little something happen, and what we do? We say we're too old. We say I can't get around like I used to. So I don't do anything for God anymore. I'm just waiting for him to what? Call me home. Zacchaeus wasn't worried about anything. He was rich. But Christ did what? He invited himself. You see, God knows all about all of us. We may not think so, but he knows. And every now and then he, push himself into your presence.
Amen.
Trying to get your attention. Zacchaeus made haste and he came down. He could have said no. Like some of us, we get a diagnosis and we say, oh no. I ain't got that. I ain't gonna claim it. No, God said don't claim that. I ain't gonna do nothing. They tell us to go get a Pt.16 after 50 every year. I ain't gonna waste my money going to the doctor. I feel fine. Now I did sort of chuckle when I heard you say that she didn't find a lump, her husband did. And y'all didn't chuckle on that? I did try. I sort of chuckle on that. Now I'm still human, and because I know they tell you guys to get a buddy check or get somebody else and remind you to make sure there is no lump. So my mind just says something else going on too. Amen. And ain't nothing wrong with that either. If you don't do it, somebody else needs to do it. There was something very personal and very pressing about our Lord. Because he doesn't want anybody to be lost. He don't want anybody to stay in their sins. He don't want anybody not to know him. So he makes ways to engage you. But now he's not going to force you. He's not going to do that. And he came to Zacchaeus what? In love. And that's what we forget sometimes when we approach people, when we are dealing with each other. If we would just learn how to come in love. The source of love must be discovered in the heart of God, rather than in the loneliness of those who are going through. And most of us that have discernment, we know when someone is genuine. If you don't know, then you don't have the Spirit of God in you. If you have the Spirit of God in you, something just speaks to your spirit. I see folk and they say, "Mister, you got some change?" Sometimes my spirit said give, and sometimes my spirit said not to give. When folk are coming and needing help, sometimes my spirit said help, and sometimes my spirit said don't. You will know, but it always should be in love. God deals with people on the basis of his own love, rather than on their love. And sometimes we get it reversed. Say, I'm going to deal with Minister Nix based on God's love, not his love. Because if we, in our human eye, see him unlovable, more than likely you will never go to him in love. You will probably step away. Christ came to Zacchaeus because of his love for others. See, we ought to be just as concerned about others as we are concerned about ourselves. We ought to be concerned about those that are sick. We ought to be concerned about those that are on the downside of life. You ought to be concerned about those that are going through. We ought to be concerned about those that we believe and the fruit indicate they are not saved. Or they're in a backslidden position. What